Alright, my quick reference guide. The Allen Heath, I've just printed off a few things about resetting the mixer and maybe how to do some copy and pasting. It's for me so I don't forget, as well as for the other guys who use the console in case something comes up, I'm not around, they can refer to this. Alright, and with it velcroed into the top lid, all they gotta do is just open up the flap and they can pull out whatever they need to look at for a quick refresher on the console. Alright, I don't think that's going anywhere. Alright, we are in Hillsborough, North Carolina today, and we are at the Colonial Inn. And this is a motel that was actually going to be torn down. It was dilapidated, but they have done an absolutely phenomenal job refurbishing this place. And today we're going to be mixing for beckwith. And the Colonial Inn has a area out here where they have bands that show up and they perform for the guests. It's a small area, but it can get pretty crowded. So not only can the guests show up, but anybody else walking by can show up and take part in listening to the music. All right, so with beckwith performing, they're going to be setting up near those like partitions that are set up, and those partitions have padding on them to help control the sound for the neighborhood. So this is not going to be a loud event.
I think we're going to need to rearrange those the sound things.
The partitions, yeah.
They stick out so far up this way.
Just kind of set that stuff all over here on the sidewalk. The video. It was.
I like that little aside. Just go back a bit. Oh.
We're going to keep the front of house a little out of the way from where we are probably normally set up. But I said this is not going to be a loud event. So front of house is going to be set up here at the corner, which will give us this kind of view around the area. And we wanted to make sure that I'm kept out of the way of other potential guests.
Bring about work.
Good to see you, man. Thank you. Building the house. You ready?
Yeah. Let's just open up a little bit. Alright, it's already a hot day out here. Stuff's coming together. There is a possibility of rain later on, probably about the time that they start. So hopefully won't be much of anything if something does show up, but we are planning for it. To give you an idea of where we're at, we got a sidewalk that goes around the little park area. Then we come into some of the bushes, and there is the cargo van. So our load-in location is actually pretty decent. All right, the setup and everything is going pretty good. Even though it's a smaller show, it still takes time to get things set up and to get things right. All right, the facility has provided the band with this yellow power cord here, which I think will be okay. So I'm using the other receptacle in there to get power just for the front of house. Alright, I was able to we were able to get a few extra feet out of this yellow cord. So I was able to move it, keep it out of the way more, and it makes it a little bit more cleaner looking. All we're doing is just covering areas where people may be walking through to get through a walkway. All right, let's go work on the other one. All right, you may not be able to hear it, but it is thundering outside, and it sounds like it's getting a bit closer. So we're having to change our priorities and get stuff under the tent or covered just in case something makes it this far. We get the tarps out if you want to just. Yeah, let's get this one too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just took the radar. It shows it's about a few miles just north of where we are. Basically, it's the same direction the camera is pointing, but it's moving directly east. So hopefully with any luck, it'll go past us. All right, so we decided to cross the cables over another part of the walkway. Really, nobody should be back here. We are, this walkway is pretty much right back here behind front of house, but just in case somebody wants to walk around to use the walkway, we just want to make sure stuff's covered. Then we got to go through and dress up the cables just to make sure they're out of the way. Alright, so anytime you're doing a outside show with power, you need to make sure that your electrical connections are above the ground. It doesn't have to be spectacular, it's just in case there's water starting to run or something of that nature. Doing something like this can actually add quite a bit of time to your setup. So if it looks like it's raining, you may want to plan for a little bit more time here to make sure all your connections are safe. Okay, that includes your signal cables. If you have to make any connections with cables, connecting stuff like this, I don't need to do that here, but like this, just make sure it's off the ground. All right, it's a bit dark underneath here. We've got that our radiation shade set up. It's definitely keeping the heat down, but it is it's a bit hot today, as well as humid. It's been about 2.5 hours. We're still putting some stuff together. Got the front of house wired up. We still need to turn it on. The rest of the band members from Beckwith are arriving. They're setting up their gear. We just had a bit of a wind come through here, and we've staked down the tent a bit tighter. The tent bags that I carry usually for this tent are up there at the blue tent. And the radar is showing a storm front is heading this way. So I think we're going to try to get as much done as we can, get stuff covered. All right, well, at some point, I'm going to get a fan that's more appropriate for this. I've just got a bunch of these clip-on fans like this that I use for other things. And on the top here, which I've pointed out in past videos, the The tarp, especially on the silver side is up on this tarp, keeps a lot of the radiation out of the tent area. And you can tell that your tent is not working if you're under, let's say, a white tent and you go to touch the console and it is hot, but it may not really seem, the air may not seem that hot to you, but it is hot. That's a good sign that the radiation just coming through your tent and it's cooking the surface of your console. All right, so for the front of house PA, all that we are using is an RCF, it's the Evox J8, and this actually belongs to the Beckwith band. They've got a 12-inch sub sitting down here, and they've got a, I think they've got a bunch of 2-inch drivers sitting over here. Give you a better angle at it. Sort of like a super mini line array. The monitor speakers are all powered. I think they're small 8-inch speakers for this. And those monitor speakers also belong to the Beckwith band.
No towing involved, no, Craig.
I hope not. I think my car's there.
You'll be towing pals?
I'm trying to figure out what the catch is. I hadn't figured it out yet.
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm sure there is one.
Is this your traveling kit?
Yes.
Do you have a gong?
I do not. I'm in desperate need of a gong. You got one?
Not me.
All right, it is getting ready to storm, so we are going to be covering stuff.
Bob, do you need more tarps?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Hey, Dennis?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you may want to bring some out more. Look at this nice. All right, so it looks like we've got everything together. However, we are in a rain delay now. The band doesn't start for about another 15, 20 minutes, but the rain's coming down okay. Not too hard, but it's definitely too much to try to do a show. We have to shut stuff off and turn it back on. Let's see what we can do here. All right, Dennis. What do you want to do, monitors?
Which one?
We can do yours. I can't believe how hot it was.
It was.
Like just an hour ago.
Yeah, it dropped like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
2 1 2 1 2 November open 9 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10
Okay.
a little bit 9 10 Gimme some guitar in my monitor 9 10 Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's get John's monitors.
Back here, yeah.
Okay.
It's on, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you well if you're here.
Okay.
That's probably all you
Probably, well, yeah. I think everything else should be.
Okay, so Mostly vocals.
You got my mic, Bob? I don't hear you much in the monitor.
Okay.
Okay.
He's got plenty of gain. Whoop. He's got plenty of gain. That's John.
Mic 2, check. There we go. There I am. Hello, Bob. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's much better.
The front of house and the stage distance is relatively short, so we're not using a talkback mic on it.
Vocally or on the
We haven't even
bass?
sound checked yet.
Wait,
Renee,
Just totally.
go back to your sandbox.
Renee, we can't hear you. You need
everybody
more monitor?
can hear me.
Do you need
What
more
the hell?
monitor, Renee? Give her more monitor, please.
All right.
Give her her own mic.
Oh!
Yeah, nothing's in the front of house yet.
Check one. Music monitor there? Okay, how about the
Is that Jason? All right, let's go to front of house.
Do they not have like...
Can you make sure that that RCF thing is on?
I'm pretty sure it is. I
Okay.
already checked it, but
Okay.
I'll go look again.
All right.
Hey, how are you feeling?
Yeah, let me get his guitar.
Greetings, friendly.
Hi, friendly.
How are you?
Doing good. Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So Chris Stapleton for you there just to start things out. Now we're going to do something from a band called Beckwith. It's called It's Not You. See you and me. Well, what's not the face?
All right, Beckwith is, they do their own music, and there's actually a couple of covers that they do. Some of the challenges in mixing these small places like this is they have SPL requirements. So we got to make sure that the band is within those limits. And we are quite a bit off angle from their main PA speaker. So a lot of the high end and stuff like that that you may be expecting to hear is more toward out front.
I find myself dealing.
The lead singer has asked for more of him and his monitors.
That gets wrapped around the wheel. All these things that I feel.
All right. All right, if you notice, all the drum and the bass channels are down. The drums that you hear is coming from the acoustic kit, so we're mixing the vocals and the guitars around the drummer as well as the basses.
to be understood.
Well, we've got everything mic'd up because the band has requested a recording of this event.
Let me say just what I should. It's so wrapped around the wheel.
Okay, the volume level for the event is probably just about right. So it is pretty difficult to try to maintain a SPL level. The area over here is not too large. It's within a neighborhood, and you can tell there's a residence just beyond that fence line.
You never say that you miss me.
Don't make me cry, man. All right, the event is over. It's starting to rain again, and we're going to be loading stuff out. That's sort of how I've always said it or treated it.
So the question is, are you going to load out, or are you going to wait for the rain?
Oh, I'll continue to load out. Anything that needs to be cased, I can do it in here.
Yeah.
And the tent and the tarps will probably be the last thing to go through. That's the plan. All right, still sprinkling. The outside, obviously the ground is wet, but it hasn't been enough water to make its way under the tent on the ground, so I feel pretty good about laying cables on the ground, 'cause that's usually what happens. All right, with the amount of humidity that's been in the air, this is going to be a good time to put those moisture packets inside the cases. And once I get back and I do a check-in, that's when those packets will go in.
Sales might be soft for that one.
Sales might be soft. Okay, Soupy Sales.
Oh, okay. So you know Taz. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not yet,
Okay.
because that's all the tubs, the black and yellow tubs.
Yeah.
Those will probably be next.
All right.
All right, that's good right there. Excellent.
Excellent.
Sandbag.
Whoa!
They look so light and
Innocuous. Oh, they are.
this is like
What?
I was going to put this in, but there's a guitar over there. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
You can put it, actually, you can just sit it. Yeah. Is that room? Yeah. Never get wrapped. Why is it this thing is never wrapped? Same way.
twice. The same.
Ah. Thank
Good
you.
help. It's so hard to find.
Perfect.
This is the one he's been hiding from us.
I was
Due to
concerned.
lack of band room, I'm sure.
Light. It's lighter than I expected.
It's a little smaller than it's surprising when you pick it up. They have a twin reverb in a 23. If you've ever picked up a twin reverb,
Right.
oh my word.